Preterite verbs, regular AR verbs. The preterite verb tense in Spanish tells us what happened at a particular moment in the past. The preterite is the past tense with a time frame. It's very specific. So it would be like, last week I went to the store, not I used to go to the store. So very specific. Yesterday, last week. There is always a beginning and an end when the action happened. The preterite endings are aste, o, amos, aron. I want you to notice the two red letters, and o, that's first person and third person. The yo and the el, they have accents. So when you write it, make sure that you write a dark accent. Notice amos. Amos is the we ending, and it's the same as the present tense. So how will you tell the difference? You'll have to look at context clues, and we'll talk about those in just a minute. We also use the subject pronouns to clarify who's doing what. You know, yo, tú, él, nosotros, and ellos. So let's practice. We'll do nadar. Nadar means to swim. So first, we got to drop the AR, and then we have to add the verb endings. So let's say the verb, I'll say the subject pronouns. So yo nadé. Tú nadaste. Él nadó. Nosotros nadamos. Ellos nadaron. Let's do the same thing for the verb pasar. We learned this one with pasar por seguridad. So we're going to drop the AR, which we are left with pas, and then we add the endings. I'll say the subject pronouns. Yo pasé. Tú pasaste. Él pasó. Nosotros pasamos. Ellos pasaron. So preterite verb cues tells us to pay attention. We are about to use talk in the past tense. So preterite verb cues are this morning, last night, yesterday, day before yesterday. Notice these are all very specific time. We have esta mañana, anoche, ayer, anteayer. We also have last week, last month, last year, 2 years ago, 5 months ago, 10 weeks ago. La semana pasada, el mes pasado, el año pasado, hace 2 años, hace 5 meses, hace 10 semanas. Feel free to pause the video so you can fill in your notes. Okay, so now we're going to work on some preterite verbs with verb cues. We're going to write some sentences here. The first one is going to be using the verb acampar, and we're going to say, last week I camped at the lake. Take a second and look at your notes and find the word for last week. And then we're going to say, I camped, which would be the yo form of acampar in the past tense, at the lake. So here we go. La semana pasada, yo acampé en el lago. So now we're going to do one with montar, which means to ride, and we'll say, last night you rode a horse. So take a second, you write it out, and then we'll check our answers. Here we go. Last night you rode a horse. Anoche tú montaste a caballo. Let's do one with the verb pescar. We're going to say yesterday he fished at the lake. So take a second and you write it first. Ayer él pescó en el lago. We're going to do one with comprar. Comprar means to buy, so we'll say the day before yesterday we bought a souvenir. So past tense. So take a second, you write it. Anteayer nosotros compramos un recuerdo. Last one. This one's going to use regatear. So we'll say 2 days ago they bargained for a good price. Hace 2 días ellos regatearon por un buen precio. All right, feel free to go back and watch it again. Fill in your notes.